Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Automation Testing Insider. So this is part 30 of Selenium Framework Development series from scratch, and this would be probably the last video of this series. So let's get started. So today we are going to talk about run Selenium Grid using Docker using Jenkins Pipeline. So in the previous video we have seen how to run our Selenium Grid using Docker, right? Now today we'll focus on how to run this Docker using Selenium Grid, and we are going to use Docker Compose. So let's have a look at the agenda for today. So we are going to talk about what is Docker Compose and what is YAML or .yml file extension, and why we use Docker Compose in test frameworks, and we'll have a look the YML file, right, overview of that, and Jenkins pipeline as well. Jenkins pipeline we have already covered, but we need to make some changes when we go for Docker Compose, when we are going to use YML file. So this is what we are going to discuss today. So let's get started with the first topic. What is Docker Compose? So basically Docker Compose, it's like Docker tool or Docker Compose tool for defining and managing multi-container Docker applications, right? So it uses basically for the managing multi-container Docker applications. So suppose we are going to use multiple nodes inside a Docker, then we can go for Docker Compose. So all the configuration will be done using a file extension called YAML file format, right, to configure all the services like Chrome, Firefox, and how to set up the hub and different nodes. So that configuration will be done using this YAML file format. So we'll talk about it in a couple of minutes. Allow launching all containers with one command like Docker Compose up. There is one command needed only to just start the containers, Docker Compose up. So if you see, if you have seen in the last video, right, we downloaded all the images, and later on we have started the containers manually. But when we use this Docker Compose, then the manual configuration is not required. So we are going to use this YAML file and we are going to start our services. So great for setting up Selenium Grid with multiple browser nodes. Yeah, so if you talk about what is YAML or .yml file, right? So YAML is an markup language, or it is also called yet another markup language. So this is one kind of markup language and primarily used for data serialization and configuration. YML, on the other hand, it's simply a common file extension used for files containing YML formatted data. To use this YML file format, right, so the extension of that file is .yml. Like no need to get confused with this one. YML and .yml both are same. Basically this is the file format which we are using, and this is the extension .yml, human readable format used to define services in Docker Compose. Some key aspects of YML file: use indentation, not tabs. So here we uses spaces, not tabs. No need to quote strings unless necessary. Structure, like to configure services, images, ports, environment, etc. So the question arises here, why we use Docker Compose in test framework? So automates environment setup, like to set up hub and corresponding nodes as per our requirement, avoids manual browser node management, ensures consistent test environments across machines, improve continuous integration and continuous deployment efficiency by integrating with Jenkins. Yeah, so this is about Docker Compose, guys, and I have already created a document as well, documentation, which I'm going to share after the end of this session in our separate website, ATI Digital Hub, right? So last time we have covered this one, Docker for Selenium Grid, so you can download it from here. So here also I have given the notes, and let's talk about how we are going to implement in our framework, right? How we are going to use this Docker Compose in our framework. So there are a couple of things which we need to do, like we need to create one YML file. So the file has been already created here. So you can get it from GitHub repository as well. Here you can see, if you go to this GitHub repository, github.com selenium hq/docker selenium, here you can get multiple docker compose file, right? And so what I have done, I have created the file already, and I'll explain you this one, and how to configure in our framework also we'll talk about it. And another thing is Jenkins pipeline overview, right? So Jenkins pipeline we have already covered as part of our framework, and you can see in the playlist here, part 27 we already covered, right? Jenkins pipeline, how to configure the Jenkins pipeline. But in this case, what we need to do, we are going to configure this Docker compose inside our Jenkins pipeline, right? So let's do this couple of things. Like, first we create this YML file inside our project directory. So if you go to the project, let me close all these first. So here, this is our project RNHRM, and here you can see Jenkins pipeline. So I already made the changes over here, Jenkins pipeline. So before I explain this one, Jenkins pipeline, what I'll do, I'll create another folder to keep our YML file. So simply at the top level, we'll create one folder called Docker, and inside this Docker folder, I'll create file, and here I'll give Docker compose .yml, Docker compose.yml. Click on finish, and here what we are going to do, from our Word document, the document which I have created, I'm going to share this later on. I'll copy this configuration, and I'll put inside this docker.yml file, and click on save. So let me just go through this, guys, and how we're going to start our services. So first we need to create the hubs, right? So hub is given here, you can see Selenium hub. So we are going to start the Selenium hub automatically using this YML file. So 4.34.0 we are going to use, right? So I think it is already there, our Docker desktop. So what I'll do, containers, there are no containers, images, so let me delete all the images. It's deleting all the images. So it will download from the beginning, like it will download all the images first, hub and all the nodes, and then corresponding it will download all the containers. It will create all the containers. So let me go to the project. So this is the setting for hub, to download the hub, and later on we have different nodes. So you can see here replicas. First of all, image. This is the image I have given for Chrome node, right? Selenium node Chrome, and this is the size it will run. It will uses the 2 GB sizes, right? And deploy replicas. So it will use one container. So this is for container. How many containers we are going to create? One, and depends on Selenium hub. And here you can see a couple of like few other parameters like environment. So Selenium hub, host will be Selenium hub, and publish port 4442. These are the default ports. So we need a couple of ports over here, publish and subscribe, to exchange the messages. 44443, and maximum one session we need for Chrome. This requirement, this is based on your requirement, how many test cases you have. So one session I need for one container, maximum session. And similarly for Firefox, if you remember, we have 7 test cases, so one a container we are going to have here, and one session per container. Similarly for Firefox, same kind of configuration over here. This is the version I have given, and here we can see the maximum is 4. because we are going to have we need to create 4 sessions for Firefox browser, right? And similarly for Edge we have 2 sessions over here. So this is brief about Docker Compose file. So here we have created, and you can see Jenkins file here, right? Jenkins file, let me just go through quickly because we have already covered this Jenkins pipeline as well. So here we have the tool configuration, Maven tool configuration, and here we have the environment path for Docker Compose file, right? So file space will, like, from where we get the file will define /docker from the Docker folder, right? From the main project path. Selenium Grid, we are going to use the Selenium Grid from the configuration. You can see here where we have config.properties, we are going to use the Selenium Grid is equal to true, right? And then what we have, different stages we have: start Selenium Grid via Docker Compose, and here again the compose path, the path we have given below, and Docker Compose dot, here we have the Docker Compose, this is the base path, right? The project path, Docker Compose dot yml, and here we have created the file, right? Docker Compose dot yml, and this is to start the Selenium Grid, and we are going to use 30 seconds to get ready our hub and nodes. So we are going to check out the repository, which we have created. I think here I have already opened the repository. This is the project which we have pushed the changes to our GitHub repository. So we are going to take the project from here, our code from here, right? And later on we have Maven build command, Maven clean install. We are going to use Selenium Grid here and Maven test, and at last we are going to stop the Selenium Grid as well. And using this file we are going to delete all the containers as well. We are going to stop the Selenium Grid and down all the containers, and this is for report purpose. This is as it is, as we have already covered, and the couple of emails which we are going to send in case of pass, in case of success we are going to send this build success, and we have, in case of failure, we have this for failure email, right? So this is pretty much about Jenkins file. Now what we'll do, let me go to the project path and move these changes first, right, to our GitHub repository. This is our project path. Right click here and git bash here. Git status. So 2 files we have made the changes, like Jenkins file we made the changes, and here we have added Docker folder, right? And inside that we have created Docker Compose file. Make sure the spelling is correct here, docker -compose.yml. Yeah. Now we are going to use git add command, git status, git commit -m, and we'll put the message updated script for Docker Compose, and lastly we need to push the changes, git push origin main branch, right? So we push the changes. So let's have a look like whether it is updated to the GitHub repository or not. Updated script for Docker Compose, right? So it is already being updated here. Now what we'll do, simply we need to just see the Docker here. So here containers all blank here, and images also. So make sure like your Docker desktop is running, right? Docker engine is running. And another thing is this is not required. So here you can see Selenium Grid, it's failed to fetch, but just to check the status, better you have this localhost uh, to run our hub is running on this port, right? 4444. So you can check the status from here when we start our script from Jenkins pipeline. And I have already logged in our Jenkins, guys, and this is the pipeline which I have created right in the pipeline video. So let me open it, and what we'll do, simply we need to build the project, and then we will see how it will download all the images and how it is going to create different containers, right? So let's get started. So simply click on build now. Let's see whether it is working or not. So you can see Selenium hub pulling, it is downloading all the first it is downloading hub, so it will take a while. You can see downloading, and here you can see the status. Firstly images, it is not downloaded yet, so it will come, it will take a while. It's downloading all the hubs and nodes, so let's wait for a couple of minutes. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, then you can go to the playlist of this Selenium framework from scratch after going to my channel Automation Testing Insider, and you can see all the different videos from here, and we have covered pretty much everything as part of this framework, right? So in 30 videos we have covered everything. Still downloading. So this is one-time activity. Once it is downloaded the images, later on it will delete the containers only, so image will be there as it is as per our Docker compose file. So let's see, download complete, and here you can see still not showing. Why? I think if download complete it is showing. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. It is not showing. And let's see Selenium Grid. You can see here Selenium hub has been created, right? 434, and subsequently the other nodes will be also created. So let's have a look this one. It is downloading all the Selenium hub pulled. It will download all the nodes as well. We have not started the hub, so that's why it is this site cannot be reached. It is coming, and let's wait for a couple of more minutes. Only we have seen the hub over here. Hub is downloaded automatically. You can see Firefox pulled, Chrome pulled, and let me see the Docker. You can see Firefox is there and Chrome is also there, and you can see no edge is also created here, right? And now you can see the services have been started. So here you can see, now you can see all the nodes. Why it is not showing? Let's refresh it again. Containers not created yet, right? All the containers also started, and Selenium Hub as well. Why it is not working? Yeah, now it is loading. You can see Selenium Grid 434, and here you can see Chrome, Firefox, Edge and Chrome nodes have been started. Now what it will do, it will run the other, it will start. You can see the latest comment, right, which we have added when we push the code, updated script for Docker Compose. Now it will run the script for us. It will take a while as well. It will download all the artifacts and then start the test. So it will take a couple of more minutes, guys, to execute all the test cases. You can see DB verification test, and here you can see the status as well, right? The test cases are running in this Edge, and parallelly it is running on Chrome, Firefox browser as well. So I published this document as well in our website, ATI Digital Hub. Once I complete that, I think little bit things are pending, so I'll add it and then I'll release this document as well, and I'll provide the link in the description box of this video so that you can download everything from that site, right? So it is executing all the test cases, and whatever logs, the messages which we have, it is capturing, and it is showing all the logs over here in Jenkins pipeline, and we are running in headless mode, guys. For the first time it will take some time because it has started from executing all the downloading all the artifacts, right? So that's the reason it is taking some time. You can see container, all the containers are there, Selenium Hub and Firefox 1, Edge 1 and Chrome 1. It will delete all the containers as well. Images will be there as it is because it's still running the test cases, so we need to just wait for a couple of more minutes. This is you can see query executed successfully, database test case which we have written. We have created in this framework we have covered all the things, right, like API testing and database testing as well. You can see from here initially whatever framework or whatever Selenium concepts are there, we have covered all those. Extend report, enhance the framework using test listener, how to border an element in green color or red color, data-driven framework, how to set up orange HRM site locally. So whatever we run the test cases, that is the site has been set up locally on our local machine using this XAMPP control panel, right? You can see MySQL and Apache services are running over here. So this is the video for that, part 17. And database testing, so because of the database testing we have configured that locally, and we have soft assertion also. We have covered API automation, rerun the failed test cases, how to push the project into GitHub, how to clone the project, run the Selenium project in Jenkins, trigger the auto email Jenkins while build is done, trigger the Jenkins build automatically, run the Jenkins build using pipeline job, and then Selenium Grid. And at last video we have covered last part 29, Docker for Selenium Grid. So let's see how far it is done. So you can see build success, and let me go to the Docker desktop. You can see containers, all the containers have been deleted, right? Only images are there, and you can see it is stopped as well. And if you come here, this will be stopped already, right? So you can see it is success and sends email to this my email ID as well. You can see in the email, you can see build success orange HRM pipeline job 7. So build success, and here we can get the status of the extent report also. We can get it from here. Why it is there is some path configuration field, so from here we can get the extent report. I think I need to fix this, that is not a big thing, we'll do that later. And here you can see the reports, proper report, right, inside this Jenkins job only. So from here also you can go. If you go to top orange HRM pipeline job, here you can see extent report.html. you can see the report over here. Employee verification, you can see the screenshot here. So everything is done, guys, for this project and today's video as well. So let me know if you have questions, any questions related to this. So I already pushed the changes to the GitHub, so you can download the project from there, and you can download this document as well when I publish this. So by the time when I publish this video, it will be uploaded there. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.